Okay, so you shouldn't be doing that with these skates, but what should you be doing with these? Let's find out.
He turns the power.
Hola YouTube, my name is Ricardo Lino and I'm a wheel addict. Okay, what if I tell you that these and these are the exact same skate? They look a little bit different, right? Well, they are the same.
São as tuas flores, não é? São as flores da Jalen. No, Daddy needs to go against the wind. It's been a while. Come. Okay, you can do slow movements. It's cool.
This is the Rollerblade E2 125 Pro, and this is a skate that Rollerblade describes as a 2-in-1 skate. If you go on the Rollerblade website, they describe this skate, a skate which is for the fitness enthusiast, and it can also be used by the racer when they want to train. Well, I can't really agree with the second part because a lot of the times the real racers, the guys that compete at like the highest level, they use a certain type of skate that even if they look a lot like these, they're not really like these. And I will talk a little bit more about that. But there's nothing wrong about that because this skate, if you want to start doing long distance or if you want to get into some speed skating, this would be an amazing skate. But let me tell you a bit more about it. I already spoke a little bit about the concept where I said this is a 2-in-1 skate, but this is a 2-in-1 skate that the price, yes, it's a little bit above the regular inline skate that you would get at the entry level. But for the type of skate that you get here, it's not very expensive. I think it's very well priced. This is a skate that come with everything on this skate is actually quite premium, and Rollerblade actually calls it a premium skate. And the feel of it is amazing. I think I need to start talking about the skate itself and its components. Like you see the wheel just wants to talk. Okay, so I'm gonna start from the wheels and I'm gonna go all the way up to the top of this skate. And starting by the wheels, these wheels are fast. These wheels are actually very, very fast. If you know anything about the wheel brand Matter, I'm not going to say that these wheels are from the same place because the core is different. But I do know that Rollerblade used to produce their wheels at the same factory. If you're not familiarized with Matter, you might know the brand Undercover Wheels. They're known for making amazing wheels. And I do know that Rollerblade used to make the wheels at the same factory, as I just said. I don't know if these ones come from the same factory, but over the last 3-4 years, Rollerblade has been investing a lot into speed skating, meaning that if they left that factory, which I'm not 100% sure, if they're investing so heavily on speed skating, I'm pretty sure they went to something, I don't know if there's anything higher than that, but they wouldn't go for lower, if that makes sense to you. So I can tell you right away that these wheels are amazing. They roll very, very good. They have good grip and they're not done for sliding, but you can also slide with them. So yeah, They're good. Now, there's the better wheel from Rollerblade than this. This is the Rollerblade Hydrogen 125, and there is a 125 Hydrogen Pro. If I'm not mistaken, the main difference between these wheels and the Pro version is on the inside of the wheel, there's a whole ring on the inside of the wheel. It's like a thinner band, and that band in the middle. You know that material, like those little bouncy balls, if you throw the ball, it just ting, ting, like those bouncy balls. It's something similar to that. And that thing increases the rebound of the wheel even more, making this wheel even faster, even better grip and all that. But for my skating, it doesn't need it. To be honest with you, it doesn't really need it. Of course, if I would be doing a marathon or something like that, the faster the wheels, the less you're gonna suffer. But I don't think I would feel it. Now, like as I said, the wheels are amazing, but they are also mounted in some very, very amazing bearings. I've said like a lot of times good things about bearings. I'm not an expert when it comes to bearings, but these skates come with Twin Cam ILQ 9 Classic. I do like the Classic more than the Pro. The Classic are the ones that have the metal shield, and there's a Pro version of the same bearings, this Twin Cam ILQ 9, that don't have this shield. These ones somehow, to me, it feels like they're stronger and they last longer. Just look at this. Of course, this doesn't happen only because of the wheels and only because of the bearings. These have to do also with the frame. And the frame on this skate, it's very solid while being light. A lot of times if you don't have like a certain type of frame, like a carbon frame or anything like that, it's very easy that the aluminum frame, it's either a bit heavier or it's a little bit too flexible. Rollerblade did a really good job with this frame. You can see it has a couple of bridges. It's quite flat here, which I actually like. With this boot, it's like it covers the whole space. It looks very good. But it's not just the look of it, but also the feels of it. And this frame also fits in a 165 mount boot, which is very cool. The precision that this frame was done, it's also one of the reasons why this happens. Because this happens in every single wheel. And it happens in both skates. Sometimes you'll see some brands that this doesn't happen. And that is not the case here. This is actually very, very precise. It's amazing. I don't think Rollerblade was doing this just for my skates because this was sent to me by Rollerblade for this review. It's just cool. Now, there is one thing about these frames that I would like to see it different. And that is, look at that. One is my right skate, which you see on your left. The other one is my left skate, which you see on your right. You see, the thing is, if I need to change my wheels, the easiest way is to just put my knees outside and go on the inside and just take the screws off. That's amazing. But now, when I go to this one, as you can see, this is the inside of my skates. This is the inside of my skates. So I go on the inside and just start taking the wheels, rotate them, do whatever I need to do. And then I go to the other one, and then I look at the inside. Wait, but the screws are on the outside now. So on the left skate, I got the head of the screw on the inside, but on the right skate, I got it on the outside. There's obviously an explanation for that, and the explanation is very simple, which is, you can imagine if you need to manufacture something, you got minimums. So the more you produce, the better prices you get. What happened here, it's obvious that for them to make one left and one right and to make these quantities would probably become a little bit more expensive. So in order for them to get the skate at the price that they did, which I think it's very well priced, they ended up making all the frames the same. Now, Rollerblade is not the only company doing it. There's a lot of companies out there doing it, but I was actually not expecting that on this skate. You get used to that, so that's not a massive problem. The frame is super, super stiff. It's light. It's mounted on amazing wheels with amazing bearings. Until here, all good. Now, what about the boot? What can we say about this boot? Well, the materials, the way they feel, just looking at it, those two things, amazing. They They look like super, super premium. They look super, super good. Just look at this. This is like a skate that looks amazingly good. I really like the looks of it. And how it feels. It does feel amazing. If you look underneath here, you see it's like a super breathable skate, which is important if you're going to be making distance. Let's not forget that this is a skate that Rollerblade is marketing as a marathon skate. So this is very important that the skate is super breathable. The carbon, not everyone is aware of the type of carbon that we have here. And it has obviously pros and cons. When you think of a bicycle made out of carbon, it's this type of carbon. And a lot of times when you think of an inline skate with a carbon shell, it's most of the times not like this. Why is that? Well, it's a different construction, a different type of construction. Most of the times the inline skates that you are used to see, the boots with carbon, they are made with different layers of carbon and like different layers of thin carbon, and then they have resin in the middle, and that allows you to heat mold the skates, at least most of them. What happens is that when they get heat, like you can put them in the oven, it's most of the times in the oven, you can put them in the oven and then the resins get soft and then you can somehow mold them to your foot. Now this is a completely different technique. They have a mold and this is compressed to be like this. Now it is usually super, super stiff, but it is not heat moldable. But like I said again, there's nothing wrong with that, because especially on these skates, there is so much padding on the inside, which is totally not normal for a speed skate. But for an introduction skate, can you say that? If you are trying to get into speed skating, well, if you're trying to get into speed skating, this is actually perfect. Because that can be a thing that can right away put you out on the skates. Like, can you imagine you want to start doing marathons, so you want to get a skate for a longer distance, for long distance, like to make a marathon or two, or to start racing, whatever. You buy a pair of skates and it feels so uncomfortable. Every time you put them on, you need to stay 2, 3, 4 days without skating. With these, that is not the case. And yes, I just said that it's not heat moldable, but at the same time, the padding on the inside, they did something here which I don't really know what it is, like the position of the foams, the hardness of the foams, even the materials used, like it's more like a lycra here, but then on the inside it's something that it's quite grippy. It's not one of those materials that allow you to slide that much inside. And in such a low skate, you don't really want your foot to be moving inside. Let's not forget that when your foot moves inside, that's what gives you blisters. So using this type of material, this padding, either the thickness and the hardness of the padding with this carbon, made this skate a very, very comfortable skate. And yes, I used to be a speed skater. I used to skate on carbon skates that basically have no padding. It was just carbon and leather, and that was basically it. And I used to skate without any socks, which is what a lot of the real speed skaters do. This is not a skate to skate like that. But this is a skate that for me, after not skating on speed skates for so long, it felt comfortable. Now, I can say that you know it already. It has a removable cuff. So I was scared of taking the cuff off and not feeling support enough. But it's also not super, super low. Yes, it does look low, but there are lower skates on the market for speed skating. So this is something that it's gonna go like, I can't really see, but it's gonna like meet ankles somehow. And again, the shell with the thickness and the hardness of the padding gave me really good support. I did still feel a little bit of my muscles here on the side of the leg, but that mainly happened because I haven't been skating in a low boot for a while, and that's one of the reasons why the skate is actually like this. You can use it as a progression. You get it like this. Once you start feeling comfortable, you take it a couple of times, and then you put it on again if you're going to be making a longer distance. Imagine you're training 10 kilometers, but then you're going to be doing a marathon. You put them on for the marathon, and then slowly you're going to start losing that cuff until you skate all the time like this. Probably 2-3 years from now, you don't even want to skate with this boot anymore, and you're gonna go full carbon, no padding, just full carbon and leather. This is a skate that I can really see working out as a really good progression for some people, and for some others can be a skate for the rest of their life. Now, there's other things that I really enjoyed about this skate. One of them was the laces. It's just, most of the times I really like wax laces, and these are not wax laces, but at the same time they didn't slide too much. They slided as much as I wanted. Let me try to explain that. When you put a skate like this, that has the lacing coming from like quite close to the toe area, you have a lot of lacing to do. I like it that when I pull, it slides in the lace loops. So as you can see here, it's not a fast lacing system, but it wasn't too hard to lace. Obviously this is not just because of the laces, but also because of the metal lace loops all the way till the end. So it was quite easy for me to tie the skate from the front all the way to the top. Then when I tied it, yes, again, it's not a wax lace, but it didn't slide out. So it slided when I needed, like it slided through the lace loops for me to be able to give me more support, but then it didn't really slide here on top after getting the knot. So that was actually very, very cool. On the other end, when I put the 45-degree strap, if you are expecting this little cranking thing to be very strong, it's not. To start with, it's very, very short. So let's not forget that at the moment I've been skating a lot of urban skates, and urban skates are the construction of an urban skate is most of the times very different from this. The whole ratchet buckle has a bigger surface here, so when you pull, you actually feel that you can crank it a bit more. Also the teeth here on this thing, because it's so slim and the teeth are so small, it kind of feels a bit fragile. But this is a speed skate, this is not something to be jumping from the roofs or whatever. The thing, it just doesn't feel like you can crank it a lot. It feels like if you're gonna start cranking a lot, it feels like it's gonna go through these little teeth. To be honest, here on this 45-degree, it's not really a problem at all. I would look at these, especially after what I just said from the laces, I would look at these more as a way to keep the skate clean and to even put the laces inside. Maybe for safety, because if you keep the knot on the inside, you know that, let me show you. Yeah, you do the knot that you want to do, and then you put it like this, and it's not gonna get loose. I don't know exactly if that's the reason why this is here, but I don't feel like a lot of cranking coming from here. On the top part here, I would like to see, like, see, again, here this buckle is a bit better. It's a bit longer and allows me to push more, but it kind of feels like the teeth area, it's still a little bit slim, so it kind of feels like you can't crank it a lot more. I don't know. Also, something that I think would have been really cool is if the laces would come all the way till this top part. I don't really know how this would be possible. It's probably doable. You could actually just have like one extra hole here on this area on the top, and then the laces could come all the way to the top too. Yeah, this is actually something that I can even do. I can just take it to the to the guy that fixes the shoes, and he can actually do it. Now, just last little thing, something that I actually really enjoyed about this skate too is like all these materials. I already said that the materials are actually very, very cool, but like even this protective material, most of the times on speed skates, you don't see speed skates thought in a way that you'll have like a protection to the side of the skate or whatever. Skates for speed skating are most of the times done for performance. Falling, well, if you fall and if your skates die, make another one, buy another one. It's not really like this, but almost like that, you know? So what is my final opinion about it? I guess you can already get it after what I just said. I think it's a very, very well-made skate, and I'm actually very happy to have a skate like this. I'm not the speed skater that I used to be, but having a pair of skates like this really gets me motivated to go out and skate longer distances. They're fast, they're supportive, and if I want to work on my technique, I can actually take it out and go to the track and enjoy it like I used to do with a lower boot. But do I really need to skate without it? At the moment, for the type of skating that I do, not really. I can actually keep the cuff on, keep skating them with the cuff, and just pray. I don't really pray. And just hope that I don't kick my foot in the back a lot, because I did it once and I almost fell. It's been a while since I fell on speed skates just from skating forward, but there was a time that happened quite a couple of times, either from tripping on someone or tripping on my own feet. So my final opinion is that these are very, very good skates, and if you're looking for a skate to start doing marathons, or if you don't really know if a speed skating boot is what you want, but you want to be really serious about fitness, this is a very, very good option. Now, if you're in the same game as me, which is used to be a speed skater, but you look at the boots and like, I don't know if my feet can handle that, well, this is another good option. Other than that, well, if you're also like me, and if you're going to be using 125 millimeter wheels, this could be it. And also the frame will fit on some of my other boots because it's 165, so I would say it's a go. So thank you, Rollerblade, for sending me these skates. I've been enjoying them a lot, and I'm sure that I will keep skating on these. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know it became a little bit long, but it is what it is. Now, I just hit 50,000 subscribers. I just want to say thank you to everyone. If you're watching these, and if you're not a subscriber, well, here's what you gotta do. You gotta press on that subscribe button, and then there's a little bell on the side. You can press on that bell too, and you'll get a notification every time I upload one of these videos. If you're already a subscriber, and if you wanna support what I'm doing here, you can also press on that join button, and on that join button, you'll get access to some different content. I'll do a lot of live streams just with my members and also with my Patreons and all that. So if you want to somehow support what I do, you're more than welcome to join that part of the community. If you don't, you're always welcome to come back to the videos. If you enjoy it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, thumbs down. But please let me know what you didn't like about this video. I will try to change it for the next one. And like I always say, more important than anything else, just don't ever forget why we all started skating, and that is because it's fun. Now, if you haven't checked WheELADDICT.shop, well, there's a link in the description. Cheers, and see you soon. Cheers.